What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, I'm glad to be back, man. Missed y'all over the last couple days. I was down and out. I got all four of my wisdom teeth pulled, but I'm back. I'm back at it, ready to continue to cook up this NBA action, man. We have a huge card today on this money-making Saturday. 14 games, and y'all know the drill. We finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. I really like tonight's card, man, as a whole. I think there's plenty of money-making opportunities tonight, but I have an NBA play of the month tonight. One of my favorite plays of the entire season goes off tonight, man. I am betting it extremely heavy. You guys can scoop that play up for $25 over at Pickdawgz Premium, or you can hop on something long-term as we look to do what we do, which is kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. Man, money-making Saturday, man. These are the cards we dream of. It's a beautiful day to make some money betting the NBA, and y'all know the drill, man. I'm finna cook it up and walk you guys through exactly my thoughts on every single game on the card, man. I'm glad to be back. Thank you guys for all the nice and kind words over the last couple days. It really meant the world to me. But, man, now let's do what we do. Now let's get back to regular schedule programming. Let's make some money tonight. Let's kick the crap out of the books. Without further ado, man, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. First game up. We're back in Paris. We just saw these two teams play the other day. They're playing again across the pond. We got the San Antonio Spurs and the Indiana Pacers battling it out. The Spurs kicked the crap out of the Pacers the other day. 30-point win for the San Antonio Spurs. Hey, Wemby back at home in Paris, in France, where he's from. No surprise that he went absolutely bonkers in front of his home crowd. But if you're an OG here on the Jam Session, you know I love betting spots. I love betting situations. And one of my favorite spots and situations is quick revenge. We just lost to y'all boys the other day. Y'all aired us out by 30. Watch this. We coming back for that immediately. I'm on the Indiana Pacers. I'm going to lay the points with them here in this one. I think the Pacers are the better team anyway. It was a really favorable spot for San Antonio in that first game. But here I think the Pacers come back with blood in their eyes. We didn't fly across pond to get beat up by the Spurs in back-to-back games. That's You feel me? I don't see that happening. I think in the quick revenge spot, Indiana shows up, plays good basketball, comes out of here with a win. So I'm on the Pacers. No need to overcomplicate it. I'll lay the 2.5 here in this one just to play on the spot, play on the situation. We head over to Minnesota where the Timberwolves are 4.5-point home dogs with the Denver Chicken Nuggets rolling in. Y'all know me. I call Minnesota the house of disappointment. Reason I call them that is more often than not, they're laying points at home. And when they're laying points at home, they almost never do it. Just when you think Minnesota's finna do something, they almost always let you down. We've been calling them the house of disappointment for 3 seasons now. The thing is, they're a dog in this game. They're not laying points at home. So they're really not trying to let us down. I'm going to grab the points with Minnesota in this spot, in this situation. We've seen them beat Denver once this season. It was way back in November in the only meeting they've played. Final score in that game was 119-116. But I think they have a legitimate chance to do it again. I know Denver has been playing really well recently. They finally found their groove. We just saw Jokic hit the full court heave the other night. But laying over a bucket on the road with Denver is not their spot. It's not their situation. We trust Denver at home, at the crib, where they go stupid, dummy, crazy. Laying points on the road with Denver over the last few seasons is where you found yourself in trouble. And I know they're hot right now. I know they're playing well. I know Minnesota has had a few hiccup spots. They haven't looked the same this season. I think they have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. I'll grab over a bucket in my back pocket with Minnesota in this spot, in this situation. We keep rolling. We head over to Brooklyn, where the Nets, 8.5-point home dogs with the Miami Heat rolling in. Look, Miami has a lot of outside noise going on right now. They just suspended Jimmy Butler again. And this is a team I'm not interested in laying this many points with on the road with all that outside noise. They're not a profitable team this season, as you see on your screen. Brooklyn, for as bad as they are, they still have been a decent money-making team. Specific spot situations, you can make money betting Brooklyn. And I like the spot. I like the situation for them today. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game. Miami did beat up on them last month, 110-95 in Miami. But I think Brooklyn comes in here, competes, plays decent basketball, and comes out here with a cover. if not an outright win. Again, Miami hasn't looked great recently. The losers are 4 of their last 5, and all that outside drama going on right now. Just to play on the spot, just to play on the situation. Give me Brooklyn plus the points. Here in this one, we keep it rolling. Next game up, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, at home at the crib. Rematch of the NBA Finals from a season ago with the defending champs, the Boston Celtics, rolling in. Total 222.5. Hey, y'all know me, man. Y'all know what we doing here. Actually, I'm on the Celtics, believe it or not. It's just to play on the spot, it's to play on the situation. Dallas coming off the huge upset win over Oklahoma City. Not necessarily a greatest spot to be grabbing the points with them here in this one. Boston, I know they've been terrible ATS this season, as you see on your screen. Following a win, they've just been an outright fade. Following a loss, they've been much better this season from an ATS perspective. They just got beat by the Lakers in dominant fashion the other night. I think they probably come out tonight with blood in their eyes and beat up on my Mavs. There's been too many times I've been in American Airlines Center when the Celtics rolling in, thinking this is the spot my Mavs are going to do something against the Celtics, and they never do. So play on the spot, play on the situation. Dallas coming off the upset win. Celtics coming off the outright loss. Celtics have been much better this season off the loss. From an ATS perspective, I think they win the game by like 10. I'm going to lean towards Boston laying the points here in this one. I know. I can't believe it. I faded my Mavs. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to Charlotte, where the Hornets are 3.5-point home dogs with the New Orleans Pelicans rolling in. Both teams are on back end of back-to-backs. No travel for Charlotte. They were at home last night. They did lose to Portland. They end up sitting most of their guys like an hour before game started. LaMelo didn't play. Miles Bridges didn't play. And as of right now, I'm not sure if they're going to play or not. I think they play, though. I'm going to say I think they play, but the line seems to indicate that they're not. I think they're going to get listed in, and this line gets closer to a pick 'em as we get closer and closer to game time. I'm recording this the night before. So at the time of recording this video, you can still get a really good plus money price on Charlotte. I think Charlotte wins this game outright. No way in hell am I laying points with New Orleans on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Can't do it. Won't do it. New Orleans played well in that first half yesterday against Memphis. I had Memphis as my top play of the day yesterday. And then second half, Memphis just absolutely did whatever they wanted to New Orleans. New Orleans fell apart. And I think something similar may happen in this spot. Terrible spot for the Pelicans. Still a terrible ATS team. Don't trust this team in any capacity. No need to overcomplicate this one for me. I'm going to lay the points here with the Charlotte Hornets. I'm not lay, but I'm going to grab the points with the Charlotte Hornets and attack the outright money line. And I wouldn't be surprised when the injury news breaks in this game if the line moved closer to a pick 'em as we get closer to game time. Keep it rolling. We head over to Orlando, where the Magic are 3.5-point home favorites over the Detroit Pistons. The Magic, this team has been free falling. These boys just can't seem to get right. I've hit 6 of 7 on my NBA play of the day. We cashed last night with the Memphis Grizzlies. The one play that we lost this week, so we went an entire week, only missed one play on the NBA play of the day. And it was the Magic the other night against the Blazers. I thought it was a really good spot for him, but then Franz Wagner got listed back in, and y'all know the injured man theory. If one of the best players or the second best player for a team gets listed in after being out over an extended amount of time, you're probably dead in the game. I thought he was going to be out for that one, but he ended up coming back, and you saw it looked like he had been out for a minute. Him and Banchero had one of the worst games I've actually seen them play together. Tonight, though, bounce back game at home at the crib. That also happens to be a revenge game. Magic as a home favorite where we've loved them over the last 2 seasons. I'm laying the points. Detroit has played really well this season. We got to give them credit. Shout out the Pistons. We bet the Pistons in certain spots, in certain situations. This is not a favorable spot for them in my mind, though. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game for the Magic where they're home favorites, where they go stupid, dummy, crazy. Sign me up. I'm on the Magic. No need to overcomplicate this one. I will lay the points. We keep it rolling. We head over to Atlanta, where the Hawks are 3.5, 4.5-point home favorites in this one. Do your line shopping. It's a favorable spot for the Hawks. It's a quick revenge game for the Hawks. They just lost outright to the Raptors. But if you're an OG here on the Jam Session, you know what it is with Atlanta. they're a team that hasn't fit spots and situations over the last 2 seasons. Atlanta's a team that we have in their own separate box. The Hawks, they play up to their competition. We've seen them do that all season long. Beat the Cavs, beat the Celtics, beat the Knicks, beat all the good teams. But they also play down to their competition. That's why they're so bad at ATS over the last few seasons. When they play teams they're supposed to beat by margin, they almost never do it. And I highly doubt they do it tonight. In all honesty, I think the Raptors have a legitimate chance to come in here and win this game outright again. Raptors are playing their best basketball of the season. They've won 4 of their last 5. I think they have a legitimate chance to make it 5 of their last 6. I want the points in my back pocket with the Toronto Raptors, who have been a money-making machine this season. Give me the Raptors. Just an outright fade of the Atlanta Hawks, man. We keep it rolling. We head over to Cleveland, where the Cavs are 3.5-point home favorites over the Houston Rockets. Another one where it's just a specific play on a spot and situation. I'm on the Cleveland Cavs. I'm going to lay the points with them here in this one. The Rockets beat the Cleveland Cavaliers just the other night. Final score was 109-108 in Houston. Had the Rockets in that one. No surprise. Rockets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. We trust Houston in Houston. We have a problem. The Cavs, man. This team just lost outright to Philadelphia last night. What the hell going on, Cleveland? I'm going to say it was a look ahead to this game is what I'm going to say. Shout out to Sixers. They played well last night. I didn't see that happening. I didn't have any action on the game. But tonight, I am on Cleveland. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a quick revenge game is the spot here for the Cavs. I don't trust Houston on the road quite the same way we trust them at home. Cleveland off the embarrassing loss last night and in the quick revenge spot against Houston. We got to bet Cleveland at home. Cleveland, the number 2 ATS team in the NBA. They've been number 1 for majority of the season. Memphis just passed them last night, but they can resurpass Memphis after today depending on how these 2 teams shape out. But just to play on the spot, play on the situation, bounce back game at home that also happens to be a quick revenge game. And coming off the ugly loss, I'll lay the points here with the Cleveland Cavs. We head over to New York where the Knicks are laying 6.5 points on the Sacramento Kings. Fading the Kings. For most of the season, I have said the Knicks are overrated and overvalued. And to a certain extent, I still believe that. In this game, though, I think the line's exactly where it's supposed to be. I think the Knicks are the better basketball team by a pretty decent margin. Kings had that one little run after firing head coach Mike Brown. Still a bad basketball team. Still not a profitable ATS team. Still a team we want to fade more often than not. Not one of my favorite games tonight. I don't have a specific spot or situation to tell you about in this game. I'm just telling you I want to fade Sacramento. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on the Knicks, laying the points. I think the Knicks are the better team by a pretty wide margin, and Sacramento is just an outright fade in my mind, in my opinion. Next game up, we head over to Chicago, where your Chicago Bulls are 3.5-point home favorites over the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers pulled off the outright win last night over the Cavs. Real head scratcher there, man. I did not see that shit happening. I didn't have any money or action on the game, but no way in hell did I see Philadelphia winning that game outright. Back to fading they ass, though. Back to regular schedule programming. This one is a play on the spot and a play on the situation. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Philadelphia beat Chicago in Chicago back earlier in December, 108-100. I think the Bulls get the revenge. I know the Bulls haven't played their best basketball in Chicago this season. They've been better on the road, but it's an outright fade of Philadelphia. Philadelphia right now is the worst ATS team in the NBA. 14, 27, and 2 against the number this season. They've only covered in 34% of their games. They got their win yesterday. Today, they get beat up by the Bulls. I'm on Chicago, laying the points in this one. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Play on the spot, play on the situation. Keep it rolling. We head over to Memphis where the Grizzlies laying 11.5 points on the Utah Jazz. We had the Grizzlies last night as our top play of the night. We love Memphis in Memphis. Memphis right now is the number 1 ATS team in the NBA. There's no other team you've made more money betting on this season than the Grizzlies. In this specific spot tonight, I see no reason to doubt them. If you're an OG here on the Jam Session, you know there's 2 teams from the start we've been saying go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. And that's Denver and that's Memphis. There's a couple other teams now that have entered that airspace, teams like Orlando, teams like Houston, over the last 2 seasons. But from the start, it was Memphis and Denver. I do not like fading Memphis in Memphis. I do not want to do it. The Jazz have played better basketball on the road recently than they have at home. Still doesn't move the needle for me, though. Still not enough for me to fade the Grizzlies. Grizzlies were down, 9 at half yesterday. I wasn't nervous, didn't blink an eye. I knew they were going to come out and handle the Pelicans in the second half, and that's exactly what they did. And I think that's exactly what they do to Utah in this game tonight. Give me the Grizzlies, laying the points at home, at the crib, where they go stupid, dummy, crazy. We keep it rolling. We head over to Golden State, where the Warriors, 1.5-point home dogs with the Los Angeles Lakers rolling in. I'm on the Golden State Warriors in this spot, in this situation, man. I told y'all, I don't like laying points with the Lakers. You can bet the Lakers in certain spots. I mainly like betting them in the underdog role and things of that nature. Golden State, though, they went through that stretch of free falling. They're out of it. They've won 3 of their last 5. I know the Lakers have played good basketball, too. They've won 4 of their last 5. But this one is another play on a specific spot, play on a specific situation. Revenge game. It's a revenge game for the Warriors at home, at the crib. They lost to the Lakers on Christmas Day in Golden State. I think they get their revenge tonight. Ultimately, is how I see this one playing out. No need to overcomplicate it. That's where I'm at. Keep an eye on the injury report for both teams. LeBron and Anthony Davis, game time decision. And for the Golden State Warriors, Wiggins, Podziemski, Gary Payton, Kyle Anderson, all game time decision with Draymond still out. But it's a play on the spot, man. Give me the Warriors in the revenge spot at home, at the crib. They played better basketball recently. I think they have a legitimate chance to come in and win this game outright. I want the 1.5 or an attack on the outright money line in this one. We head over to Phoenix, where the Suns are 14.5-point home favorites over the Washington Wizards. One of my least favorite games in the entire card tonight. I love tonight's card. I really, really do. I hate this game, though. There's no edge for me here. Phoenix, 15-27-1 against the number, as you see on your screen. They've only covered in 35% of their games this season. They've been a terrible favorite. There's no way in hell I'm even thinking about laying this many points with Phoenix. Washington, 16-25-2 against the number. They've been blown out by double digits pretty much in every single game they've played. Forced to play this game, I would lean towards Washington, praying they lose by like 13, 12, something of that nature. We know they're probably going to get beat by double digits. Again, least favorite game on the card, the entire card. I'm not rushing to bet this game by any stretch of the imagination. I want to fade both of these two teams. It's a pick between two evils, though. And the one that's worse is laying points with a team as bad as Phoenix is. At least we're getting points in our back pocket with Washington, and that's where I'd much rather be. Give me the Wizards plus the points. Here in this one, last and final game of the night, at the Los Angeles Clippers laying 2.5 points on the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks, man, they've cut it on. Bucks have played really good basketball. They've won 5 straight, but they're also coming off an extended homestand, and I don't like that for them. I'm on the Clippers. I'm laying the points with LA here in this spot, here in this situation. The Clippers are comfortable at home, too. It's going to be their 5th straight home game. Clippers have been one of the best ATS home teams in the NBA this season. No need to overcomplicate it, man. I'm on the Los Angeles Clippers. I trust them at home at the crib. I think fading Milwaukee coming off the extended homestand is the perfect spot to do so. I'm on LA here in our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. I also appreciate each and every one of you that sent me the nice, kind messages over the last couple days while I was out. Shout out Ron the Don Romanelli for covering for me while I was out. Hey, he had me rolling just how he had y'all rolling when he hit the intro and he hit my mannerisms and things of that nature, man. Y'all just don't know how funny Ron really is, man. Check out Ron over at Pickdawgz Premium. Check out his bank shot breakdown as he covers college hoops right here on the same channel every single day. Shout out to my man Ron for covering for me while I was out. But as I told you guys in the intro, I have an NBA play of the month. One of my favorite plays of the entire season goes off tonight, man. You can scoop that play up over at Pickdawgz Premium for $25. I love the card as a whole, though. 14 games. We just cooked it up. Hopefully, we just smashed it per usual. You can hop on something long-term over at Pickdawgz Premium. You can pair me up with your other favorite handicapper at Pickdawgz Premium on the 2-for-1 capper special. Plenty of things you can do. Plenty of ways you can do it. I'm just trying to help you guys make money in the long run, man. I'm glad to be back. I appreciate all the kind words. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. On that NBA play of the day, we've hit 6 of 7 this week. We only missed 1. So it's been a really good week on the NBA play of the day. Today's the play of the month. Scoop it up, man. Let's do what we do, which is kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. Just one game tomorrow. Of course, I'll be here to break it down. I'll see y'all in the morning on the morning show. But it's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. I'm out of here. Peace.